What's up everyone? So today we're going to take a look at a pretty cool track car. Behind me is a 2014 Lotus Elise Cup R. There was a limited number of these vehicles produced. Huge shout out to Maserati Lotus of Greenville for providing this vehicle for today's video. Definitely check out their website in the description below. And if you guys enjoy the video, give it the thumbs up. Be sure to click on that subscribe button down below, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram. Under the hood is a mid-mounted supercharged 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine. This particular vehicle and all the other Elise models are paired to the 6-speed manual transmission. On paper, the Cup R produces 220 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 190 foot-pounds of torque at 4,600 RPM. This vehicle is of course rear-wheel drive, weighing in just over 2,000 pounds. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat. And the color of this vehicle is finished off in ardent red with some matte black accents. Starting with the front end, the Elise S has an aggressive diffuser with a red tow hook along with functional grille openings. The headlights have been removed and been replaced with fog lights in the lower grille. The hood scoops are also functional as well to allow air to flow through the radiator and over the vehicle. The aggressiveness carries along the side with the staggered race pack forged wheels measuring 16 inches in the front and 17s in the rear, wrapped in Yokohama tires. The aerodynamics carry along with the side skirts and functional intake vents behind the door. The discs are drilled and ventilated in all 4 corners with 2-piston fixed aluminum calipers in the front and single-piston calipers in the rear. And finishing off in the rear with the center-mounted Motorsports exhaust system, that awesome-looking diffuser and red toe strap, the adjustable rear wing with the British flags on both sides, and of course Lotus written out between the LED taillights. Now let's go ahead and get in and out of the Elise. It's already a pretty small vehicle, so with the roll cage it makes it a little tighter, but it's not too bad getting in and out. You just have to get your left leg up and to clear that roll cage, and you're all set. And now getting out, simply reverse those steps. You can use the roll cage as a handle, get your left leg out, and you're all set. And now with the key, it's time to take a more in-depth view of the interior. To unlock the Elise, simply insert the key, turn it 90 degrees to the right, push in the button, and you open the door. The Elise has always had a minimalistic interior. The door panel, we have Alcantara in the center with black fabric and white contrasting down below. The grab handle here also has white stitching with more black fabric. And we have your power windows and door release. These are carbon fiber racing seats. The driver's side has a 6-point harness setup. The passenger side has a 4-point setup. And you have Cup R and Lotus embroidered on the top here with more Alcantara fabric along the center and plenty of bolstering for a lot of support. Once inside, you're greeted by this lightweight steering wheel, which is also removable, as you can tell. You just clamp it back into place. You also have full roll cage throughout the entire vehicle. And the roof is still removable. You have a few bolts in the back, a few in the front. I think that'd be neat to roll around with a full roll cage and no roof on the top. Now to start the car, we'll go ahead and insert the key, turn it on to get the electronics on. We have this green button here we need to push, and then hit the start button. Moving on from the steering wheel, on the left side we have your engine start button, what used to be functional headlight switches. You have a vent there. There are speakers, but there's no radio in this vehicle. You have your turn signals and wiper blade, and the analog tachometer and speedometer. Coming along the center, we have more functional air vents. This green button is used to start and stop the vehicle, also an emergency cutoff switch, and then your climate control buttons are located down below. You have Cup R embroidered along the dash, and then a small glove box located down below. And we'll take another look at the roll cage. Awesome looking seats, and the rear view. This is a 6-speed manual, of course. The shifter has a nice aluminum knob on it with more Alcantara along the boot. You have your hazard switch in the middle, the sport button and traction control. More black fabric with white stitching, an aluminum grab handle on your e-brake. And the built-in fire extinguisher is below the passenger footwell there. Ooh. All right. It's cool having to put harnesses on, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So like I said, you got a 6-point harness on the driver's side here and 4-point on your side, passenger side. All right, so let's go ahead, start this up, and let's go for a cruise.
So I'm looking at the visibility of this car. It's a little bit worse than the typical Elise. The roll cage is a little bit in the way right up here, but it's not too bad. And then behind you, you can see it a little bit.
You do have a rear view mirror though, which is nice. So there's some visibility between the roll cage there. It's not too bad.
This car is definitely a little bit noisy. It's got a loud exhaust system, not much sound insulation. I feel like I am yelling a little bit, but of course it's a track car set up for the track, and all you want to hear is the noise and just have fun in the car.
And the power in this car, very lightweight car, but it gets up. It's pretty awesome.
Is definitely pretty stiff. You can feel every bump and the car moving around over things. The tires aren't super racing slicks. They actually do have some tread, so it's not bad on normal main roads. But the suspension, you can feel every bump. With no power steering, it's something really unique to drive, and you can really just control the car.
It's not bad around turns with no power steering. It's really in the lower speeds, parking lot speeds, but I have complete control of this car.
Being racing seats, this car does a pretty good job of holding you in the turns. The Alcantara gives you some good grip so you're not going to slide around. And the bolsters are a good level to really keep you secure in the car.
Being that this car doesn't have a lot of horsepower, the clutch is really light. The bite in it is within, I'd say, like 2 or 3 inches. It's not very long, so it's easy to shift. And going through the gears is just as easy, so you have complete control of this car at all times. So my brother got to drive an Elise when he was 16, and that was a pretty cool experience for him. So why don't you hop in the driver's seat here and see how you like this one?
Let's do it. So back in the driver's seat of a Lotus Elise. It's been about 7 years since I drove one, and that was a fantastic experience. In this, a lot of those good memories are back. The no power steering is something really unique to drive. At slow speeds, it's pretty heavy, but once you're driving, it's just so direct with the road. The Elise that I drove was just a standard one, non-supercharged, and not a race car. So this one has a little bit more power and is pretty awesome. So overall, the Lotus Elise Cup R is a fantastic track car. I mean, I can only imagine how fun this would be if we were out on the track with it.
So much fun right now.
I mean, the Elise already is one of the most driver-engaging cars with no electronic aids. It's all about you and the car, and set up for the track. Fantastic. So awesome.
A giant go-kart ready to go.
So in the parking lot, driving it with no power steering, it's not bad when you're moving. It gets a little tighter in the sharper turns, but coming to a stop, there's a little bit of heaviness to it, but it's very doable being a lightweight car.
Now we'll open up the engine compartment, and that lever is located right here next to the driver's side seat. We can go ahead and pop it up. It does have a stand to hold it up. And with that in place, you can see you have some room back here. Obviously, you wouldn't be using this room too much being out on the track, but if you need to store a helmet or any kind of track gear, you have that option. Let's go ahead and take another look at all the exterior features on the Cup R. We have the front splitter with that red center tow hook. 16-inch black wheels up front. The side skirts with the functional intake vents right here. Manual adjusting side mirrors. And the matte black roof. And then the 17-inch wheels in the rear. The adjustable rear wing with the flag on both sides. The matte black engine cover. There's also your third brake light above the rear glass. The rear diffuser with that center mounted exhaust pipe. You have Lotus written out between the LED taillights with more matte black accents. And we also have two unique track features. You need to remove these caps when you're out on the track, but you have an emergency cutoff and the fire extinguisher. So if you need those out on the track, they can be readily available. The Lotus Elise has always been an incredible track car, even in the stock form. So with all the modifications done to this vehicle, to turn it into the Cup R, it's a fantastic vehicle and would handle extremely well out on the track. I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as we did. To be able to drive a limited production Lotus Elise S Cup R, fantastic experience. We can't thank Maserati Lotus of Greenville enough for providing this vehicle to share with you all today. Definitely check out their website in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it the thumbs up, click on that subscribe button down below, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram. We'll see you guys next video.
What does that guy do? Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, we're working on a video about it.
No.
Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Have a good one.
And with a Lotus, you get a lot of looks. People always want to talk about the car because it's a pretty sweet car.
Yeah.
So now we'll just shut it down and hit that green button and the car's off.